I'll never forget growing up as the ugly duckling, man, as the little chubby kid, seeing all the popular kids at school with chiseled jawlines, just naturally, just genetically, and I always dreamt to have a jawline just like that. I thought that if I could get a chiseled jawline, the girls in my school would finally start liking me back. I thought that my life would finally start improving and I wouldn't feel so sad and depressed as a kid. So I started doing everything possible to get a jawline. So today I'm going to tell you exactly how I got a chiseled jawline, started modeling all over the world. So let's go. If you're a subscriber on this channel, you already know the story, man. When I was 13, I got my heart broken by my crush. Her name was Allison, and I was fat at the time. This is exactly how I looked. And so I started actually starving myself, playing basketball 8 hours a day, and the goal was to get skinny. But what happened is I got skinny and I still did not have a jawline because I did not do the proper things. I just had a skinny face, but still no chiseled jawline, man. So I was still on a mission. I was still determined to get that jawline. So after this experience, I'm still quite skinny. My brother actually recommends to me to build up my jawline to look just like Brad Pitt, to start chewing on a mouthpiece. So each and every day, I started chewing on a mouthpiece aggressively, hard, all throughout the day, just anytime I thought about it. So I did this probably for like a year, maybe even 2 years, and it really built up this jaw muscle itself. Now, when I was a teenager, I would almost say that my jaw looked a little bit better just because this muscle was always being worked. But once I got to a point, you'll also notice this as well. Once you build up the jaw muscle, it's very difficult to actually get rid of it. It's like you build it up almost for a lifetime, but you need to go through a period to where you progressively add strength and muscle onto the jaw itself. Now at this point, the jaw muscle is really developing, it's really getting built, but I still don't have a chiseled jawline. So the next thing that happens is I actually had braces, and at the end of my braces journey, they actually put in this machine that would move my bottom jaw maybe like half an inch forward because I had an overbite. So what happened whenever they did this is it naturally aligned the tongue inside my mouth to where I would naturally mew. Naturally, my tongue started resting against the roof of my mouth. And so it started changing the entire face shape outside of just the jaw that they were moving forward. So now all of a sudden, the rest of the jawline is developing, the cheekbones are developing, the hunter eyes are developing, all of it simply because of this device. But obviously, if you don't have this device, it's time to start mewing. So this is step 2. Step 1, you need to build up the muscle in the jaw. Step 2, it's time to start mewing. And now, like I've said previously, most people mew so incorrectly. So this is the proper way to do it, man. You actually want to create a vacuum. Now, first of all, I'm going to show you how it looks before and after mewing. So here's before. This is just regular tongue posture, man. And then this is what it looks like mewing. Now, a lot of people, they just focus on shoving the tongue against the roof of the mouth. This is what most people say. But Dr. Mew himself, he even says, create a vacuum. And naturally, it'll be against the roof of the mouth. But you don't need to just shove it up there. Now, the next thing that happened is I started getting really into fitness. So I started getting really into bodybuilding. And I got a six-pack for the first time. And this is when my jawline really came in. This is when it really came together. So everyone has this bone right here. Everyone genetically can get a jawline, but most people cannot get to single digits. There are more millionaires out there than men at single digits with a well-built, chiseled physique. This is true. This is fact. So if you really want that jawline to show, get to a very low body fat percentage. 8 to 10%, jawline will look freaking insane. Build up the muscle and then practice mewing. And over time, man, you're going to have an insane jaw that the Greek gods would envy. Now, on top of this, another thing that I really think transformed my jaw is that I started lifting very heavy in the gym. Now, it's almost like how you build a six-pack just from like doing weighted chin-ups, doing squats, because the strain, man. And it's just like that with the jaw as well. It's like when you're bench pressing, when you're doing heavy chin-ups, squats, all of this, you're like, oh, naturally you're tensing the face. Naturally, you're gonna be building muscle all over, especially if you're doing your neck workouts, your trap workouts. You're building up this entire area, man. So it'll look much more aesthetic because you need the muscle, otherwise it'll just look skinny. So getting a chiseled jawline, it is incredibly simple. It comes down to being 8 to 10% body fat, very shredded, having the muscle developed through doing different jaw exercises, biting down on a mouthpiece, and then lifting very heavy weights in the gym. And then last but not least is mewing, which will completely transform the jaw, man. that is it. Also guys, kalosique.com for the best supplements in the fitness industry. We got pre-workout, creatine, whey protein, everything, man. Link in the description box at kalosique.com. Also, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel and like this video to push it out into the YouTube algorithm. That's it, I'm gone.